Okay, listen, folks. Since we are not meeting today, I wanted to take a little bit of time and go through the syllabus so that we don't get too far behind, and I don't really have to waste a lot of time on class on Thursday. Going through all this stuff. I'm going to send you an email that has some of the information in it, but please do watch this whole video, and I think I'm going to run into another one. It's going to take about 20-25 minutes for me to go through this stuff, but there's lots of important information here, so I do want to go through that. First thing I want to do is I want to show you guys how to log on to Moodle, and then I'm going to show you where the syllabus is. I'm going to talk a little bit about the syllabus, and then I'm going to show you how to log into the math homework website. So first thing you need to do is you need to get to Moodle. To get to Moodle, we go to moodle.cotc.edu. We log in. So after we go to moodle.cotc.edu and we log in, I'm going to go to my courses. I have a ton of courses here. You probably won't have as many listed, but here we are, Math 080A, Spring 14. After we go there, none of this stuff is going to be visible. You're probably not going to be able to see these weeks in here. This is on my side. What you will be able to see, though, is I want you to go to Syllabus. And after you click on Syllabus, you're going to see that there is a syllabus there. And we go to open that. And here is the syllabus. Now, I am going to bring a hard copy to class on Thursday, so you don't need to print this out. I also will have week 1 notes for you. But I do want to go through this electronically so that you know what's going on. And so first thing, course title, Foundation to College Mathematics. This is a pilot course. This is different than a lot of the other math courses that we have running right now. Because this is different because we are combining a lot of our term courses that we traditionally have. So we're going to be covering a really wide range of topics. We're going to go everything from sine numbers, negative numbers. We're going to start all the way at that base and go all the way through some of the more complex algebra topics that you need for a college algebra statistics course. My office location is in Hopewell 165. My office hours is down further in the syllabus. We'll get there. My office phone is 755-7723. Email's the best way to get a hold of me. I do have a mailbox in Founders Hall if you need to turn something in late. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's expected of you. There are 3 things you really need for this class. You need online homework access code. A 6-month access code can be bought from the Pearson website for $55. If you take any other course here at COTC, the My Math Lab code is $89. You don't want My Math Lab. You want a Math XL code. I think it's $60, $65 at the bookstore, and it's $55 straight from the website. So however you do that. I'll go a little bit more into how to register for the Math XL when we're in class. It'll just make it a little bit easier, but you do need the online homework code. The first homework assignment is due next Tuesday. Zip notes are required and available on Moodle. These are the notes when you go to the Moodle course shell. When we go back to the class, I'll show you where you can find those. Down at the bottom, you're going to see course notes and exam reviews, and here's all the notes. Again, I printed week 1 for you. You can also find them in each week. I printed week 1, but you're going to need to print the rest of them. You get $6 of free printing on the Newark campus from COTC just using your school ID. So you can get some of the notes printed through them. You need the notes, you need the online access code, and you're going to need a graphing calculator. Friday, we are going to be using the calculators in class. So if you don't have one yet, you really do need to get one. Again, I'm trying to make this course as cheap as possible. I've got it almost under $100. When you look at the other math courses that you're going to take, you're going to spend considerable more amount of money on the required materials for that class. I'm trying to make this as cheap as possible. You're going to need the calculator in the next class, whatever you take, whether that be college algebra or statistics. So again, I had you get that now so we can start working with it and you become familiar with it. If you click on this link, it's going to take you to a textbook. It's not required. You don't have to print it. It's just there for your reference. So if you need a textbook or you want to see some more examples, you can follow this link and it will take you to a PDF of a textbook. The Math Lab is an awesome resource. I won't be there this semester, but there's a lot of instructors and tutors who are there who can help you. It's a bunch of it's open hours. Their hours are listed on the last page of the syllabus, but most days it's 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., so you have plenty of time to get in there. Office of Disability Services, if you do have extended time or you feel like you had an IEP in high school and you need some accommodations, making an appointment with Connie Zhang would be the person to talk to, and let me know as soon as possible if you do have any disabilities or any accommodations that you need. ITS, this is for anything Moodle related or email related. If it's about Math Excel, please contact me. Student Services have a bunch of study skill stuff and some financial planning stuff for you, so that's a great resource. We won't be using the library a lot, but again, it's a good place to have. There's some extra math texts and stuff there too. Since this is a pilot course, we are going to be looking at how you are doing in this course as well as how you're going to do in subsequent courses. We want to figure out how effective we're doing. We want to do the best job possible, so we will be looking at that. Disability, anybody who has a disability, you need to let me know. Again, kind of talked about that earlier. Plagiarism statement, please don't cheat. Diversity statement, there's a lot of different people on this campus and that you will be working with. I please just ask you to be respectful. It's a good training for life in that you're going to have a lot of interactions with people that may not be your best friend, but trying to figure out a good working relationship is a really good skill to have going forward. So please just be respectful of your colleagues. Withdrawal statement. For this course, I'm going to look at this schedule real quick. The last day to drop semester courses. Let's find it. So it's somewhere in here. Just make sure you drop the course before you need, so that you don't have to pay for it. There hits a certain point where if you try to withdraw, I have to give you an F. So please be aware of those dates if you feel like you're going to withdraw from the course. You got to be in class. The people who show up to class do well. The ones that are not here all that often tend to struggle. As far as your cell phone, I'm pretty relaxed about it, but just please make sure it's off. If you have to take a call, please make sure you leave the room. Email correspondence, please use your COTC email. I can't talk to you about grades or anything else using anything but your COTC email. It's the law. So homework, we're going to have 10 homework assignments, each worth, or 15 homework assignments, each worth 10 points. So that's 150 points total. If you need a homework extension, you're going to have to come talk to me about it. I do have a limited amount of extensions. I usually do 2 or 3 throughout the semester, and I keep track of that. So if you can't get a homework done in time, you need to send me an email, but if it's a repeating pattern, at a certain point we'll talk about it. 6 quizzes, I drop your lowest one. I don't give makeup quizzes, so if you miss a quiz, it'll count as your drop quiz. Each one's worth 10 points. They're in the calendar. There's not a lot of detail about the project yet because that's still kind of up in the air, but I'll talk about it. It's worth 50 points. It'll be later in the class. One of the unique things about this course is the labs. When you guys come in on Friday, we're going to be tying a lot of the information together in these labs. That's where I moved all the word problems. That's where I moved a lot of the calculator activities. I asked you to extend these. It's a really good way for you to like solidify some of the stuff that we learned throughout the week and kind of, ask questions if you don't get it. So if you come to the labs and take it seriously, you do a lot better on the material later. If you don't show up to a class, or if you don't show up on Friday for lab, you got to email me within 48 hours and you're going to lose points for not being present. The reason for that is because it's group work, and if you're not there, your group is hurting. Somebody there cannot do as good of a job because you're not there to help them out. And I don't care if you're the best student or the worst student, your presence there does matter. So you got to be in these labs, and you got to email me within 48 hours if you've missed one, if you want to get any of the points. 3 midterms worth 150 points and a final exam worth 200. Final exams cumulative. We'll get more into the midterms, but if you do miss one or you think you're going to miss one, you need to let me know as soon as possible. Another thing that's very different about this course is I'm going to ask you to watch some videos about what we're going to be talking about in class. And you will come in and you will answer those questions and turn them in to me so I can kind of read through them and see, how much are you getting from this stuff before I start this lecture. So I'm going to show you where you can find those. In week 1, when we open this up, you see that here's the notes, and then there's out-of-class material, rounding whole numbers. You click on this, it's going to take you to a video about rounding whole numbers, and you can watch this video, and there's one for rounding whole numbers, one for rounding decimals. At least skim through them to make sure you understand what we're talking about. Some of you might think this is easy, some of you might think you've seen this before. At least skim the videos so that you can answer the questions below, because here we are down here. Go ahead and read through this, but each week I ask you to answer these questions. So since we only have class on Thursday this week, for Thursday's class I need you to watch all of the videos, or at least skim through them, and answer these questions. Read through the questions first before you go back and watch the videos, and then try to watch the videos trying to pull this information out. So like number 2, it says, please list a situation other than the one above where you would use negative numbers. So in the video it talks about negative numbers, and in this description it talks about negative numbers in terms of financial situations. So I want you to think of another example. You're going to turn those into me on loose leaf paper on Thursday's class, which is on the 9th. So make sure by January 9th you have answered those questions. I'm going to include that in the email as well, but that's really important. So the out-of-class reflections is a big part of the grade. 2.5 points for each one if there's 2 during the week. Since we only have one of the out-of-class questions this week, that one is worth 5 points. So make sure, pick up your first 5 points in this course, just turn in those questions and watch those videos. Here's the breakdown of the points. To pass the course, you got to get a C. You can't get a C minus, so you're going to need 798 points in this course. Here's the course counter. It kind of goes through everything that we're going to be doing in which weeks. You see we cover a lot of different material. Office hours, Pataskala 2:15 to 3:45 on Mondays. Mondays and Wednesdays I'm in Pataskala. Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm either going to be in Pataskala or Newark. If you want to meet with me and you want to go over some stuff, you just need to email me and let me know, and I'll make sure I'm in my office on the Newark campus. I want to be available to both students, because normally I'm in both Pataskala and Newark on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you let me know where you want to meet me, I can make sure I'm there. And then Friday I'm available via email. Again, if none of these times work for you, the Newark campus math lab, which is right above where the bookstore is over in the Warner Center, it's a great resource. I really encourage you guys to make it over there. I've got the Pataskala campus hours listed as well. If you go on the Math Lab website, if you click one of these links, it'll take you and show you the rest of them. All right, the last video took me 25 minutes to get through all this, and I think I might be able to get through this in the next 3 minutes. So I'm just want to go through to show you how to enroll in your course on Math Excel. Here's the step-by-step directions. All you got to do is go through this and get the step-by-step directions. Before you begin, make sure you have an access code that comes with Math Excel, or you can buy it straight from Math Excel. So if you get it from the bookstore, that's fine. If you have to use the financial aid money, like I said, $55 is the cheapest you're going to get it, and you get it straight from the website. So you can just click there and get it. After you register, it's going to ask you to create an account. Make sure you use your COTC email. It's really important that you use your COTC email for that. Again, after you complete that, it's going to ask you to enter a course ID. This is the course ID that connects us with this course. That's how you get registered, and you'll be able to see that, the first week's assignment. The first week's assignment is due next Tuesday, so I do ask that you guys get in there and do it. It won't take you all that long to do, but again, you can follow these steps, and please use your COTC email. So I think that's about it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Again, I'm going to include an email to make sure I let you know exactly what you need to have on Thursday. I hope you're staying warm out there, and I will see you guys, I think, bright and early on Thursday.